Let's be honest, we all go through difficult times, and sometimes all we need is a good cry. It's really important not to bottle up your emotions, and if crying doesn't come easily, this anime will definitely help. Just make sure you have a box of tissues nearby. And we start with a beautiful anime from 2011 that made me cry more than once. Anohana, the flower we saw that day. Jinta Yadomi lives a quiet, isolated life. He has dropped out of school and spends most of his days playing video games. But one hot summer afternoon, his childhood friend, Menma, suddenly appears in his house, asking him to fulfill a promise he made long ago. The only problem is, Menma has been dead for years. At first, Jinta believes he is hallucinating, but he soon realizes that the ghost standing in front of him is real. After Menman's death, their once inseparable group of friends drifted apart. Now they are forced to reunite and confront the grief, guilt, and painful memories they have been avoiding for years, in order to help Menma finally find peace and maybe heal themselves along the way. This anime takes you through every emotion imaginable, from joy and nostalgia to heartbreak and regret. The story is beautiful, the soundtrack is unforgettable, and even years later, it still hits just as hard. By accident, I downloaded this film for flight and spent 2 hours silently crying, trying not to let anyone notice. I landed with my eyes completely swollen. I want to eat your pancreas. The story follows a quiet, introverted high school boy who keeps everyone at a distance. He has no interest in other people and assumes nobody cares about him either. Everything changes when he finds a diary titled Living Quiz Dying. It belongs to Sakura Yamauchi, the most popular girl in his class. She reveals that she is suffering from a terminal pancreatic illness, and only her family knows the truth. She hasn't even told her closest friends. Surprisingly, he doesn't react with sympathy, but Sakura's cheerful personality slowly breaks through his emotional walls, and before long, the two begin spending her final months together. They're completely opposites, yet their unlikely friendship changes both of them forever. Sakura teaches him how to truly live, while he gives her someone who accepts her without pity. From the very beginning, you know someone is going to die. But when it finally happens, it feels like someone just hit you with a truck. Next are two incredible works by Yoshitoki Oema. If you have watched one of them, then you know how good this author is in completely destroying your heart. The story follows an immortal being that begins its existence without emotions, identity, or even conscience. It can transform into objects and living creatures whenever they leave a strong enough impression on it. As it travels through the world, it slowly learns what it truly means to live, to love, and to lose. This story follows two teenagers whose lives were forever changed by bullying. Shoka is deaf, and because of her disability, she became the target of relentless harassment at school. Shoya was one of the main bullies, but years later, after becoming an outcast himself, he is consumed by guilt. Now all he wants is the chance to apologize. Despite telling completely different stories, both anime explore the same idea: how pain changes people, and how difficult but important it's to forgive both others and yourself. Next film you can watch with your family, so you don't have to cry alone. Makue, When the Promised Flower Blooms. Makua belongs to a mysterious race whose people can live for hundreds of years. Although she is always surrounded by others, she is incredibly lonely after losing her parents at a young age. She dreams about the outside world, but is warned never to leave her homeland.
Everything changes when a neighboring kingdom attacks her village in search of immortality. During the chaos, Mako escapes and eventually discovers an abandoned human baby. She decided to raise him as her own son, despite knowing nothing about the human world or what it means to be a mother. It's one of the most beautiful anime films ever made. It explores family, motherhood, love, and the painful reality of watching someone you love grow older while you remain the same. Everything about this movie is stunning: the story, the world, the animation, and especially the music.
Next anime is almost as old as I am. It came out in 2002, and this is kind of series people revisit after years because they finally understand how profound it is. Haibane Renmei.
A young girl with a halo and small gray wings awakens inside a cocoon with no memories except a strange dream of falling. Because of that dream, she is given the name Raka, meaning falling. As she adjusts to life in a mysterious town, she discovers that its residents live under strict rules. They're forbidden from leaving the town or even approaching the massive walls surrounding it. As more questions arise and people mysteriously disappear, Raka begins searching for answers about her past and about the purpose of the Haibane themselves. This anime follows like a quiet river. It's not something you rush through. You have to slow down, immerse yourself in its atmosphere, and let its deeper meaning reveal itself.
And finally, the final boss. I cried through almost every episode. This anime destroyed me and honestly left emotionally exhausted. I genuinely do not recommend watching it if you're really sensitive. Takopi's original sin.
A cheerful squid like Alan, known as a Happyan, leaves its home planet with one simple goal: to spread happiness throughout the universe. After arriving on Earth, it quickly meets a lonely little girl named Shizuka Kuza, who feeds him and gives him the name Takopi. Wanting to repay her kindness, Takopi becomes determined to make her smile. But that's far more difficult than it seems. Shizuka is relentlessly bullied at school. Her father is absent, and her mother is almost never home. Takopi is far too innocent to understand just how serious her situation really is. The only source of happiness in Shizuka's life is her beloved dog, Chappie, and Takopi will do everything he can to protect that smile. This anime breaks your heart with its innocence and then completely destroys you with its helplessness. If you are highly sensitive or struggling emotionally, I honestly recommend saving this one for another time.
So for today we are over. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please share your thoughts in the comments, like and subscribe. I hope I could help to find you a good anime to cry. See you next time. I'm Polly. I talk about anime, you listen and watch. Bye!